The county has over 20 citizen advisory committee with over 200 volunteers. How does your advisory committee differ and improve on county work?
Well, it's because it's going to be a bottoms-up instead of a top-down process. You're going to have some of the most respected citizens in the community putting in their volunteer time. I will buy them lunch. I will pay for any costs they have to do whatever they need to do. But they're the most experienced. They're not government. They're the boots on the ground. I've got these different categories: civic, moral compass. I've got somebody there that has been a deacon of this church. He's been secretary of Lions Club for a long time. He's a senior center advocate working there and just all over the place. So one of the boots in the ground person there. Somebody for the housing. That's somebody in real estate who's been here a long time. And this is a rotating committee as well, meaning that it doesn't have to be the same person there. It has to be some same person advocating and explaining what the pros and cons of whatever comes from the county, and then having, probably the biggest difference is the white paper. You've got all these people doing it and bringing the best information available for our community. And what gets in the end is a white paper saying why they want this or that. And that has two benefits. One, you're getting the best decision possible that's vetted before it even gets very far. And the second thing is I'm able to point and say, I didn't make that decision, they did. And it's the community, and it's the closest thing we can get to a consensus. And these are volunteers willing to put their shoulder to the wheel, and we should use them.
Steve?
Thank you. The advisory committees must have strong leadership. The chairman of the advisory committee should be a critical thinker that is going to bring out the members to actually do something and to actually study these things in a critical way so that they can come to the council and say, this is what we think. And it begins with the chairman of it, but it also begins with people on those advisory committees that are critical thinkers. And when I was reporting for the Journal, I saw this on a number of occasions, both at the Planning Commission and at the Marine Resources Commission and the agriculture people. There are people there that really know their stuff, and the county council should be able to draw on those, and the county council should be able to be assured that they're going to get straight talk from the advisory committees. Advisory committees cannot just be given milquetoast ideas to chew around and waste their time, in their meetings. Do real issues and have them really make an input into whatever it is that the council's doing, and get them in the room with the council members to actually hash this kind of thing over. They're advisory committees because you want them to talk, not just, not just do nothing. Thank you.
Bob?
The committees that I sit on, I use the committees for the eyes and the ears into the community, what the community wants. The Stormwater Committee. The Stormwater Committee, we finally got around to making some progress. We also have a new stormwater engineer that is willing to move forward with our projects as well too. We had 7 projects on the list. One of them, the first project was the Prune Alley Stormwater and Streetscape projects, and the state cut our funding for that project. That's when House Representative Litton was up here. We said we need the money to finish the project. We showed her where the project was. The other committees that I sit on that is useful is the Building Advisory Committee. They will be very useful when we get the information back from our housing group of where to go, which direction to move forward to. Tiny homes, pre-set of plans already designed so that a person can come in and basically just have to do their layout for their, I forget what that one form was called, but their block plans. You know, basically get down to just a block plan. The building will be approved too as form, so they'll be able to move through quickly. That is a growing trend right now. So the other advisories that I sit on are useful. The Housing Board Advisory, we finally corrected a problem that had been there ever since, is the county loan program. If you're going to borrow money from the county for first-time home buyer, we finally got that, so it's fair and equitable now. Before it was, I don't know if everybody knew in the room, if you borrowed the money from the county, your first-time home buyer, there really was no interest payment. There was really no payback period on it until you sold the real estate. At that time, 50% of your capital gains went to come back to the county as the use of the money. To some people, that's quite a bit of money when you borrow $15,000 and you have equity of $100,000. It makes that loan look pretty bad. I ran out of time.
So as council member, I would ensure that the committees had the support they needed. And I think it's just very important to keep in touch with them so that there's more do and less talk, and making sure they have, the support means empowering them, and like Frank said, rather than having it a top-down, it's a support system. What do they need? What more can we do so that they're moving forward rather than just being stagnant in brainstorming? It's important to make sure that the players on those committees are fully invested and willing to do the hard work to make a difference.